Hello and welcome to Formula Phil. Alright guys, how we doing? Today we're going to do a video on the fastest car ever down the Mulsanne straight at Le Mans. It's an amazing story and I really hope you enjoy this video. And if you do, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Now, let's get into it. Two Peugeot engineers, Gerhard Welter and Michel Meunier, established WM Racing in their spare time. The small team was entirely staffed by volunteers. WM Racing had remarkable success in the 70s, but during the 80s money became paramount, and works teams like Jaguar and Porsche were spending millions on the budget for Le Mans. WM Racing had a fraction of that to spend, and by the mid-80s WM struggled to maintain competitiveness in the Group C era. So, the two French engineers decided to hatch a plan and concentrate their limited resources on achieving a single goal. And that goal was to be the fastest down the Mulsanne straight and crack the 400 kilometers an hour barrier, or just shy of 250 mile an hour in old money. Project 400 was born. Welter and Meunier couldn't really afford to design a whole new car from scratch, so they used their old chassis and figured that they would focus on aerodynamics and design a whole new body. And they christened the car P87. Their employers, Peugeot, gave them a little help by letting WM Racing use Peugeot's wind tunnel for development, but only on Sundays when the factory was closed and only for the few months leading up to Le Mans. Being Peugeot engineers and what was ever close to hand, they decided that the power plant should be in the form of the PRV engine. Yes, that same 2.8 V6 you can find in the Renault Espace, the Renault Safrane and the DeLorean, all of which are not known for their respective speeds. But the boys slung on twin Garrett turbochargers. The little road car derived V6 was supposedly able to churn out 850 bhp in Banzai spec, and after a year of development, in 1987 they were ready to race. But it was almost a complete disaster by all accounts. The car had huge engine management problems and the fuel supplied was of very low grade. P87 couldn't achieve 3 consecutive laps without some mechanical issue, and just after 13 laps the engine was seized and the race was over. However, P87 was clocked down the Mulsanne straight at 381 kilometers an hour, or around 236 miles an hour. That was short of the objective, but nevertheless a new record. Buoyed on by the turn of speed they achieved, the tiny team constructed a whole new car for 1988, with the engine enlarged to 2.9 and some small aerodynamic changes. This car was called the P88. And alongside the new P88, the team also fielded the older P87. Now, the top speed attempts started, and early on there were problems, with both cars barely clearing 380 kilometers an hour, and both cars suffering from the same engine management issues and bodywork problems. And the older car, P87, officially retired just after 13 laps again, this time with transmission failure. The newer P88 hadn't run right all weekend, and after sitting stationary in the pits for over 3.5 hours while the race was being run, P88 was sent back out again with Roger Dorchet behind the wheel. One last ditch attempt at this elusive 400 kilometers an hour record. The mechanics taped up all the bodywork seams and even the cooling ducts, and told Dorchet to turn up the boost to 900 bhp in pure grenade spec. Dorchet went out, hammered down the Mulsanne straight, with no doubt every warning light on and every gauge in the red. Running at maximum boost, so the P88 returned soon after with cooling, electrical and turbo issues that were terminal. It was over. But had they done it? After an agonizing wait, official ACO speed trap figures confirmed that yes, after 2 long years, WM Racing had done it. They had officially broken the 400 kilometers an hour barrier with 407 kilometers an hour, or 252.89 miles an hour. Sadly, there is no footage of the run, because maybe with the past failures, Peugeot probably reckoned that they couldn't do it, that it was impossible. But Peugeot decided to jump on the bandwagon and advertise the winning run at 405 kilometers an hour to coincide with the launch of the new Peugeot 405. And that must have sucked for WM Racing, because here at Formula Phil, I have a brother who's a sand speed record holder, and after being with him on record-breaking runs, I know that 2 kilometers an hour is well earned, and 2 kilometers more at that speed would be like conquering Everest. But I suppose the two engineers were thankful for Peugeot giving them the use of the wind tunnel, and probably all the PRV engines that they blew up, and the publicity afterwards. Anyway, the monumental goal was achieved. And believe it or not, the small squad at WM Racing had another go in 1989, but various problems prevented the cars from even starting the race. And actually, in 1989, the Mercedes-powered C9, or Sauber C9, was regularly clocked at 399 kilometers an hour, or just under 250. All this hoo-ha attracted a lot of attention, and in 1990, 2 chicanes were added to the long straight, ensuring that the P88 will most likely forever hold the record at 407 kilometers an hour. Some say that the taping up of the ducts of the P88 is an urban myth, and the team have said that all they did was turn up the boost. But come on, WM Racing are hardly going to admit that they sent a car out on track that was unsafe, knowing it could blow up and seize at any moment, would they? Anywho, it's an amazing story, and it's a story of perseverance and of the small guy winning against the bigger teams. Alright, I admit they kind of made their own game with the top speed, but nothing can take that away from them now. 407 kilometers an hour is 252. It's just insane. So fair play to the boys. And yep, that's it. Classic story. Hope you liked the video, and if you did, please like and subscribe. Check out my other videos if you like it too, and much love and good luck!